Welcome to TechScope. Today we're going to talk about advanced techniques in prompt engineering to get more precise and powerful results. If you feel like you've hit a wall with basic prompts, this is for you. We're about to unlock the next level.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get into directing the AI's voice and setting some rules. Then, we'll cover how to teach the AI through examples, which is a real game changer. After that, we'll dive into deconstructing complex tasks. And this is where the magic really happens. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into a new advanced toolkit you can start using right away.
All right, first up, directing voice and boundaries. Think of this as the foundation for taking back control. We're moving past just asking simple questions and getting into explicitly telling the AI who it needs to be and what rules it has to play by.
Okay, the two key techniques here are role prompting and constraint-based prompting. They're good on their own, but wow, they are so much better together. With role prompting, you're giving the AI a job title, a persona. Act as a financial advisor, or you are a senior data analyst. Then with constraints, you give it the guardrails. Things like answer in under 100 words, or only use bullet points. When you put them together, you get this incredible layer of precision.
And just look at the difference here. The vague prompt, summarize the moon landing, who knows what you'll get back, right? It's a total gamble. But the advanced prompt, it's in a whole other league. We've given it a role, a neutral historian, which locks in the tone. And even more importantly, we've set a constraint for the format, a JSON object. Now, that's not just to make it look fancy. It makes the output structured and predictable, ready to be plugged right into another program. The lesson here is crystal clear. Specificity is everything. So now that we know how to tell the AI what to do, let's take it a step further. It's time to start showing it what we want. In this section, we're basically putting on our teacher hats and guiding the model by giving it some examples to learn from. The technique for this is called few-shot prompting, and the idea is pretty simple. Instead of just describing what you want, you give the AI a few examples, or shots, of the exact input and output pattern you're looking for. This is how you teach it your specific style or the structure you need and get much, much more consistent results.
Let's see it in action. A basic or zero-shot prompt is just tossing a request out there and hoping for the best. It's a guess. But look at the advanced few-shot prompt. It's like saying, here are 3 examples of how I classify things. Now you do it. By showing it what you mean by positive, neutral, and negative, all that ambiguity just disappears. This boosts your accuracy like you wouldn't believe for any kind of custom task.
This quote is just perfect because it sets up our next and honestly most powerful set of techniques. The big idea here is that we're not just trying to control the final answer anymore. We're trying to guide the AI's entire thinking process. Okay, now we are really getting into the advanced stuff. In this section, we are going to learn how to break down really complex problems into smaller, bite-sized steps that the AI can handle reliably, one at a time. This is where you really start to think with the AI, not just talk at it.
And the two game changers here are chain of thought and prompt chaining. With chain of thought, you force the AI to show its work, which dramatically improves its reasoning on tough problems. Then, with prompt chaining, you become a workflow architect, linking prompts together. You can turn a huge, overwhelming task into a simple, manageable sequence. You have to see this. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful tricks in the book. Just adding that little phrase, "lets things step by step," is completely transformative. For some types of math problems, this one addition can take the accuracy from a shocking 18% all the way up to almost 80%. Why? Well, because you're stopping the AI from just jumping to a conclusion and forcing it to follow a logical path to the answer. And here is prompt chaining in action. Instead of one massive, high-stakes prompt like write a blog post, you break it down. Step 1, generate some ideas. Step 2, pick one and build an outline. And step 3, write the article using that outline. See? Each step builds on the one before it, giving you way more control and a much, much better final product.
All right, that was a lot, I know. So let's take a moment to pull it all together into a clear strategy, your new advanced prompting toolkit.
So here it is, your 5 core strategies.
You can assign roles for the right expertise, apply constraints for total control, teach with a few examples, force a chain of thought for deep reasoning problems, and chain your prompts together to build complex workflows. Getting comfortable with these 5 is really the key to unlocking precise, powerful, and predictable results.
So as we wrap up, let's just take a quick peek over the horizon. The techniques we talked about today are incredibly powerful, but this field is moving so fast. And what's coming next is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing.
I want you to think about this question. This is what's driving the next frontier. Imagine an AI that doesn't just follow one logical path, but instead explores many different paths at the same time, like a tree growing dozens of branches. It could then look at all of those paths and figure out which one leads to the absolute best solution. This is the future of complex problem solving, and with what you've learned today, you have the foundation to be ready for it.